Well, thank you all for coming to this month's mayoral employee recognition event. Today we're going to recognize several individuals. We're going to recognize our Employee of the Month for the month of March. We're going to recognize a group of employees that were nominated for the hard work and effort that they put into completing a project, which was a mayoral initiative for 2016. And we're also going to recognize several employees who will be celebrating or have celebrated at some point during the month of March a milestone anniversary in their career as a member of the city team. So we're going to start off with recognizing the Employee of the Month. I mention this each and every month. Our Employee of the Month award is designed to, first of all, the nominations should come from you, from employee to employee, and it's a recognition for someone that just goes above and beyond, somebody that shows us in a positive light, somebody that's hitting a home run when they get to home plate every time, that you can depend on, that you know that's going to carry the team into the championship. And so with that being said, that's where we're going to start off with recognizing our March Employee of the Month. The March 2016 Employee of the Month began their employment with the city on November 8, 1982 as a Police Officer 1. That classification doesn't exist anymore, if that tells you anything. They were later promoted to Police Officer 2 on November 8th of 1984, promoted to Police Sergeant on October 7th, 1996, and later promoted to Police Lieutenant on April 10th of 2006, which is where he continues to serve today as a member of the Pensacola Police Department. Here's what the nomination, here's what was written in the nomination. Mr. Randy Stoll has been a member of the city team since November 8, 1982, and is scheduled to retire in May of this year. Outside of his extensive career with the police department, Mr. Stoll has consistently been supportive of the Employee of the Month process by either forwarding nominations made by other Pensacola Police Department employees or going the extra distance to make nominations himself. More often than not, Randy takes his time to recognize a fellow peer for the good work they do and for the efficient and effective manner in which they do it. I have thanked him personally on multiple occasions for the time and effort he takes to participate in the program and in recognizing his peers both within the police department as well as other city departments. And it's for those reasons that I'd like to recognize Mr. Randy Stoll as our March Employee of the Month. So, Lieutenant Stoll, if you'll come forward, please.
Standing ovation. Randy, what's going on, man?
Thank you.
Your family here. This is for you. Okay. Where are we looking at? Thanks a lot. Really appreciate it, Randy.
Thank you very much.
You can't retire now in June, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Fantastic. So congratulations, Randy. There were two other employees that received nominations this month, so we only received 3 nominations this month. But as I mentioned every month, if my name were to be mentioned, I would want to know that somebody had recognized my hard work and efforts. And just so that you'll know, I guess as the audience or as part of the city team, at the recommendation of the nomination review committee that meets every month and they sort through the nominations to pick the Employee of the Month, they actually asked, well, do you send a letter or something to those that weren't chosen to let them know, hey, your name was selected, but you were not chosen. And we had not been doing that, but this month we started doing that. So even if you're not selected, you still receive a letter that says, hey, somebody recognized your hard work and effort. So so even those that aren't selected still get something that kind of pats them on the back for helping to make us look good. The 2 other nominees for this month were Trevor Mayo of the Pensacola Police Department. I don't believe that he could make it. Is he here? No. And then Mr. Robert Greer of the Public Works and Facilities Department. Mr. Greer's in the back. How about a round of applause for him? Both of those nominations were for a job well done, and anybody that works here in City Hall knows that Mr. Greer is behind every successful meeting, he helps set all this up, Our other unsung hero, and I haven't recognized him enough either, is Mr. Chris Johnson with Tech Resources. We can have a round of applause for him as well. They're what helps put all this together and makes this a successful event. All right, so next we're going to move on to take a couple of minutes to recognize a team of employees that through their hard work and effort, they were able to successfully complete one of the mayor's 2016 initiatives. Here's what Assistant City Administrator Wilkins wrote in his nomination for this merit award. One of the mayor's 2016 initiatives was to submit a federal promise zone designation to with UWF, PSC, School District, Escambia County, and the Sheriff's Office. The designation would provide for priority status when applying for federal grants and funding in our most desperate neighborhoods. Paul Kelly, Helen Gibson, Rebecca Ferguson, and Assistant Chief Leiter worked long hours on a tight timeline to develop the Promise Zone designation application. In doing this, under rush conditions, they coordinated with multiple external agencies at Escambia County, UWF, PSC, the school board, and additional internal city staff. They had to locate, calibrate, and scrub data from multiple inconsistent and discontinuous sources and provide a very quick turnaround, all the while completing with their other regular duties. Their work was fast, thorough, and high quality. They were always receptive to the task and very positive to work with despite the rush demands. The UWF, PSC, and county grant writers and providers consistently praised the team's quality work, rapid turnaround, and pleasant attitude. So for these reasons, and to be more specific, we would like to recognize the following individuals. So if you'll come forward, we'll have a group photo taken of this team of individuals. There's Mr. Paul Kelly of Technology Resources. Paul. Miss Rebecca Ferguson of the Planning Office. Miss Helen Gibson, Planning Office. Assistant Chief Leiter, Police Department. And then Marcy Whitaker, our Housing Administrator. Marcy.
Yeah, we got all of them.
Tell them not working on the project.
You gotta hold the smile, everybody.
Their flags are bare, but after we have the group photos taken, we will actually put a picture on the flag of the entire team, in case you're wondering. So,
Oh, my goodness.
photos to come.
Thank you.
All right, one more round of applause.
We're doing a whole sheet, Helen.
All right, so now we're going to move into those that are celebrating a milestone anniversary this month as a member of the city team. And we're going to start off with those that are celebrating their first year anniversary as a City of Pensacola employee. The first of these individuals is Ms. Trudy Nichols of Technology Resources. Is Trudy here? I don't see Trudy. Trudy is working so hard.
She's upstairs in another meeting.
Oh,
I did
she's
see her working that really hard just a few minutes ago.
okay. All right. Well, congratulations, Trudy. Rebecca Ferguson, 1 year.
That's all you're getting today.
Awards.
To Daryl Page, come on down. He's with Parks and Recreation.
He didn't want me to hold that.
Mr. Ryan Knight with Parks and Recreation.
Appreciate it.
Oh, your eyes are closed.
Your dream president.
And lastly, for the first year anniversary, Mr. Ryan Miller of Parks and Recreation.
Appreciate all the hard work.
Sam, is that your whole team?
Missing a few.
Clean house for two in the whole
Appreciate
week?
a lot.
All right. All right, next we're going to move forward to one individual that's going to be celebrating their 10-year anniversary this month. And your name's called. Please come forward to accept your 10-year service pin, and that's Carlton Gaston of the Parks and Recreation Department.
Man, what's going on? All right, you good?
Yeah, we gotta make sure you get none
Very good.
Thanks a lot.
All right. Moving ahead, we're going to move on to the next category of individuals, and we have one employee that's celebrating their 20-year anniversary this month. That employee is Mr. Adam McCoy at Pensacola Police Department.
Hey, Pat, what's going on, man? Just good to see you.
Although that was not taken picture.
Thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
Appreciate you.
Yeah,
Okay.
thanks a lot.
Take care.
Be safe.
Thank you.
And we have one more category where we're going to recognize one other individual that's celebrating their 25th anniversary as a city employee or a member of our team. And that individual is Mr. George Smith, Jr., Sanitation and Fleet Services. He'll come forward, sir.
How good George looks. He runs the show. Look at the pants, everybody.
Thanks for your service.
Yes, I do.
Appreciate it.
All right, so that's it for those that are going to be present. I would like to have a round of applause for those family members or loved ones that came out to support the individuals that were recognized today. So if we can just have, like, I know Mr. Smith, he's got a whole crew back there. So if we can just have a round of applause for everybody that came to support. So as with every month, we also mention those that were invited to participate in today's event but were unable to attend for whatever reason. Life happens to all of us. So there were several of those that confirmed, they called and confirmed with us that they would not be able to attend. I'll read through the list. We can have a round of applause for them at the end. The first is Destiny Gaudette with 1 year with the Pensacola Police Department. Leela Wilson, 10 years with Financial Services Department. Mary Smith, 10 years Financial Services Department. Dina Fassell, 15 years with Pensacola Energy. Ray Trawick, 25 years with Public Works and Facilities Department. John Brooks Jr., 1 year with Sanitation and Fleet Services. George Wynn Jr., 5 years with Sanitation, Fleet Services. Joy Salter, 10 years with the Pensacola Police Department. And that's our list. So let's have a round of applause for those individuals. Fantastic. So next month, I'm again going to send out an email asking you for your nominations. As I mentioned, this month we had 3 nominations. That still gives our committee a choice as far as who they want to pick. But I can't stress, again, how important it could mean to someone's career or if they're struggling with, I don't even know why I try so hard. And just to get a little recognition where somebody recognizes, you know what, I do appreciate the work that you do, and I do appreciate how you go above and beyond, or I do appreciate your mentoring me on this project and showing me how to do something that I otherwise didn't know how to do. So please keep your nominations coming in so that our nomination review committee, I want it to be difficult for them. I want them to have so many good employee nominations to choose from that it makes their job difficult is really where I'm wanting to go. And again, I thank everyone that did submit nominations for this month. Mayor, do you have any closing remarks?
Definitely.
Well, how's everybody doing? How's everyone's Easter's weekend? Good? Good. Well, I was down in Miami for spring break with Aiden. He loves tennis, and so we went down there. And I was down there all week, so we stayed on the beach. And my buddy Phil Levine's the mayor of Miami Beach, and so his good friend, it'd be kind of like someone that can't believe that I'm the mayor, which I'm sure there's some of you out there going, I can't believe Ashton's the mayor. But it was pretty funny because they said, Phil is so OCD. He's obsessed about everything on the beach, and he was gonna change Miami Beach. And we all know Miami Beach is South Beach or Miami Beach, but there's 90,000 people. So of course, one day when Ann and Aiden were by themselves, I had to go look at everything, no matter what it was, and see the law enforcement guys and thank them for what they do. And I want to thank all of our law enforcement for what they do, but all of our employees for what we do. And it gave me such great satisfaction to land Sunday night back in Pensacola and think what an amazing town and city we have. And that's because of the people. And it's all about people. And again, I want to thank the families for being here. Your loved ones, they leave the door every morning. If you're in law enforcement, I know a lot of times you're like, I wanted to be back home safely. Our first responders, how important that is. And our employees in general. I mean, we're with our colleagues at work more than we are with our loved ones at home. And so it is important to support each other, put each other up for nominations for being a great employee, whether it's your first year here in the city of Pensacola. But whatever we do, it is a team effort. And in my role as the mayor, you have to be looking at everything. My guys at Parks and Recs, they see me all the time on my bike running around. I wore my Parks and Recs hat, by the way, at the gym this morning. So I'm always proud to be wearing Parks and Recs. Is there a cop hat I can get or something that I can wear? Fire department, I don't know if they'll give me one. But, it's important that we are out there representing our great community every single day because we have an amazing city. There's 435 cities in Florida. And I can promise you, Pensacola is a rock star amongst those cities. And I've been fortunate to go to a lot of them. We are now, as I've said many times in these employee recognition meetings, people are finding out about where we are for the positive reasons. A gentleman I met in Miami, he was an Uber driver. And he was from Venezuela. And we were talking, and he was just raving about the Naval Museum. He was a pilot. But he was just talking so fondly of Pensacola. So I think when we're having difficult days at work, no matter what it is, if it's sanitation, Georgia, whatever you're having, think about the fact that, you live in a good town. We're always aspiring to be better and do great things. But I can promise you, our employees are amazing, whether it's Marcy at Housing, Tommy, everything that you guys do to work on this Promise Zone. Promise Zone is a big deal in America. And so the Secretary of HUD spoke at our National League of Cities meeting a couple weeks ago when I was in D.C. And if we can pull this off, the county and UWF, they wanted us to sponsor it. The county wanted to sponsor it. The city of Pensacola's name was on there as the lead person to sponsor this because we do so many great things. And I want you to know that we are leading locally, and I say it all the time, whether it's in engineering, whether it's in public works, whether it's in everything that y'all do is a big, big deal to make our city thrive. I was talking to Eric last night before I was going home, and I was walking into City Hall yesterday morning, I was thinking to myself, God, our employees, the city hums, and then obviously in my role as the mayor, we need to get back to doing bigger picture things to change the culture in the city, because we can have culture eat strategy. I can have the best strategy in the world, but if the culture's not willing to shift, which we've all seen in the county and the city, they're seeing that the city's driving everything. So we are changing as a team, and people are buying into what Pensacola is doing. So I'm going to focus more on those things because I know y'all have it handled in all your respective departments and what you do for our city. Always speak up if you have a question or an issue with your supervisor. We want to make sure you're happy here at Pensacola, and we all,
we can't have everything, but we want to always strive to be the best and do great things. And again, I just want to thank all of you and thank your families for supporting you when you come to work for the city of Pensacola. And Helen, can you believe 5.5 years we've been here? I mean, come on. So anyway, great stuff, everybody. Thank you for what you do. I appreciate it.
Okay, thank you all for coming out to this month's event, and hopefully you'll come back and attend next month's event. If you received recognition today, if you got a certificate or a pen or no matter what it is, if you'll all come up here, we're going to take one final group picture of everyone that was recognized today with the mayor, so we can kind of have a class of March 2016 picture. So if you will please just come up front, and then everyone else, you're welcome to stay and watch them get their picture taken, but we appreciate you coming out.